Hey, welcome back to my channel. I will be painting a portrait with gouache today. I have the sketch done beforehand and I wish I had erased the darker strokes slightly before starting with the painting process, but it's okay because gouache is a mostly opaque medium and so I end up covering most of the graphite by the end of the process. I found this reference picture on Pinterest and it has such a soft and happy vibe with beautiful color palette, and when I saw it I immediately got to thinking about how I can use gouache to reflect the beachy vibe in the painting, and so here I am painting the portrait. When I started painting this portrait, it was night time and hence the warm yellow lighting, and it would change later in the video, so I'm sorry for the change in lighting. However, I do prefer to paint at night mostly, but just wasn't able to because of the cold weather, and now that it's starting to warm up a little, I'm again able to paint and draw at night. I feel like it's really a peaceful experience to do art at night for some reason, and I just enjoy the process so much more. Like, I just feel more in my element this way. The painting is a combination of purple and oranges, which is a theme in most of my recent paintings. I just really like both the colors together a lot. They complement each other really well and like to go with the flow without thinking too much into it. But maybe I should try different newer colors in the future. One thing I have noticed is that I don't use a lot of green in my paintings, and so maybe I will try to incorporate that color more and make more green paintings in the future. But I do still have a lot of fun with the colors that I already use. In this setting of lights, the color in this portrait looks more on the grayish end, and I just would like to clear that that's not the case in reality, and you will be able to see that more clearly in the clips which have natural lighting and not the lamp. So if the lampy colors are too distracting, I do want to apologize for that. The colors are more vibrant in reality, I promise. Also, I love that this painting reminded me of how I used to experiment with colors and try to paint portraits with more uncomfortable colors in the past, and I completely stopped doing that because I did not like the result as much at that point in time, and this also has a lot to do with the paper I use. I know I mentioned this a lot, but the kind of art supplies that I use really affects the kind of portraits I paint. Because if the paper is going to make the color shift too much, I become more conservative with the kind of portraits I paint. It just makes me want to stay with the usual colors to avoid mistakes. The sketchbook that I'm using here is really good with gouache. While I'm not a big fan of the texture of this paper, it is still not that bad, and because the gouache does not shift its color too much on it, and so the final outcome is closer to what I want, if not the same, and so I really like the paper here. And for the lips, the very vibrant red-orange color felt like a good addition to the painting, considering the rest of the colors which are lighter in value compared to the red. For the hair, I don't want to add very dark colors like black, as that might be a little too dark for the whole painting, because again all the colors here are borderline pastels. I won't say that they're completely pastels, but just a little bit on the pastely end. And so I am using lighter brown colors with different tones instead, like purplish tones and yellowish tones, to give it the effect that I want. By the end of the process, I did feel like there is too much detailing in the hair, and I usually tend to avoid that. And here as well, I didn't like it as much, but I'm just too lazy to go back and try to fix it now. So I'm just going to let it be, and yeah, you will be able to see what I'm talking about later by the end, of course, because that's when I add way too many details and it just does not add up, and I don't like that. did some off-camera tweaking in the hair, and now I will be adding the background, which is the very pretty and blue ocean with a light blue sky. I want the background to not be too detailed and distracting, and just a blurred image showing what there is in the bag so that it's not left white. And the colors on the skin just make sense more with the blue background, as everything kind of reflects onto the skin, like the ocean and the blue sky, which makes the shadows on the skin look very bluish, and hence the background really does make a lot of sense in this painting. Moreover, the background almost always affects the skin of the model a lot. For example, if the background was a purple wall, then the flesh tones would have been on the purplish end instead of the blue. Like in this picture, there is a lot of blue tones in the background, like the sky and the ocean, due to which the flesh tones are more bluish instead of the regular brown ones that one would expect. And so just one thing to note is that the background really affects the skin color, and to make the whole painting look more natural, it's important that you show that in the skin tone as well. For the final finishing touches, I added some stray hair flying around, as I love adding stray hair to my paintings. It really adds the touch of reality in the not so realistic paintings that I make. And then I also added some white parts to the painting to add the final light highlights. This is it for the painting process. Thank you so much for watching the whole process with me and staying with me till the end of this video. And also thanks a lot for your everlasting support. And please leave your thoughts in the comment section about this painting. See you next time. Bye.